with Jordy Culotta.
All right, we are live here from Lucy's right here in the Warehouse District, getting set for LSU, Florida State at 6 o'clock tonight. We're going to be live 1 to 3 o'clock, so come in, hang around. We'll be live at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're at Lucy's. Still tickets and opportunities to get over here, so if you're in the New Orleans area, you're getting down here and you're looking for a place to pregame, come pregame with us over at Lucy's. We got a great setup on the second floor. We're looking forward to hooking up with our guy, Rhett Bourgeois, and his party up here. So make sure if you're out and about, come check us out at Lucy's, and we'll be with you here at 1 o'clock. I was 0 for yesterday on my bets. Looking for a little shot of redemption today from our friends over at Caesar Sportsbook. Make sure and download the app. The promo code is JCLSUFull. JCLSUFull. We'll be back with you at 1 o'clock here from Lucy's, getting you set up for LSU, Florida State.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
All right. Right on time here. LSU, Florida State game day getting set up here over at the Lucy's Surf Bar. Welcome in to college football season 22. It is here. We will talk all about the games yesterday. We will get you set up for tonight's game with LSU, Florida State. We've got games all over the place to talk about, man. Who looked great yesterday, who dominated, all of that going on here on the Jordy Culotta Show. I believe Shay Dixon is going to swing by over the next 2 hours. We're going to be here until 3 o'clock, so hopefully you stick around with us. If you're watching anywhere in the country, let us know where you are inside of the chat. If you're out in New Orleans and you're looking for a place to pregame, I can tell you we're upstairs at Lucy's today, but downstairs is absolutely rocking. So if you want to swing by, man, they got food, they got drink, they got people, they got absolutely beautiful people, as you see inside of the chat. Everybody paying attention to what's going on over here at Lucy's.
We here, boys. We here. Just a little tease, a little tickle, a little touch.
That's right. That's on me. I called for the timer. I called for the timer.
A little too comfortable. College football.
Had too much time on my hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Need a whiskey.
It is. It's great to be here, though, boys. Football season, LSU, Florida State. Let's preview that game before we talk about what was happening yesterday. We're here at the PGA tailgate, man. They got. It's awesome. Feels like game day. Weather's all right. A sprinkle outside, but the rain ain't gonna hurt. Come on out here and get ready for kickoff coming up at 6:30 this afternoon. Florida State's coming in with a game under their belt, right? Last weekend they rolled Duquesne 47-7, where they put up 638 total yards of offense, including 406 on the ground. They come into tonight's game with a game under their belt, but they might as well have played a high school team last weekend, but it's not going to get them ready for what's coming up this afternoon. As far as their rush game went, we mentioned that they had 400 on the ground. That LSU defensive line is going to be the matchup that I believe is going to really neutralize this game for Florida State. We've talked about it all week, and now that we're here, I think even feeling more confident about that going into that 6:30 kickoff. LSU's defensive line has had a phenomenal fall camp, and more importantly, just like the team, the defensive line's coming out of it fully healthy. Everybody healthy, everybody looking forward to this game one. The rotation that they are going to have going into this game is going to be way too much for Florida State. I feel the same on the outside with the wide receivers. They are not going to be able to guard LSU when it comes to LSU on offense. Now, the question marks will be around LSU in protection with this offensive line. Will they be able to, really gain chemistry while up in the air? Flying the plane, you got to maintain it, and a lot of new guys in new positions. We mentioned Garrett Dellinger is a first-time starter at center. Will Campbell's a first-time starter at left tackle. Hell, even Miles Frazier, who transferred in, played tackle at Florida International. He'll be playing an interior spot, just like Anthony Bradford, who's trained a lot outside at the tackle spot. He'll be kicked down inside. Cam Wire's got the most starts. He comes in with 10. And he's the guy that's really the veteran of the group. So that LSU hasn't played a lot together as far as the offensive line goes, which means tonight that they're going to have to kind of figure it out, playing along one side of each other, going up against Florida State. If they can protect, if they can give Jaden Daniels or Garrett Nussmeier time, they've got the playmakers on the outside that Florida State cannot keep up with. And I think LSU should be a two-score
LSU up
winner.
to -4, Coach.
Yeah, the line is moving.
Are you still on LSU -4, or would you?
I would still play -4.
See, I would buy it down to 3. We got to get that. Honestly, I took it at 3 and then bought it down to 2.5. Because when you get those key numbers, you've seen it all weekend long, how much that plays a factor in kind of winning and losing your bet. Like, it's cool to push. Why don't you go ahead, squeeze the juice, squeeze the lime in your drink. And get that extra, get that thing down to 2.5.
No doubt, I hear you, but 3.5 all week's kind of where it's set, which means that Vegas is telling you on a neutral site they're about even. But the closer we get to kickoff, you're starting to realize, you're starting to see the money come in.
Well, I think you're starting to see a couple people like us coming in, and they're like, all right, I'm at Caesars, I'm in New Orleans, might as well put a little ticket down. So I think it's a lot of public money coming in from LSU fans that are in New Orleans. Sportsbook's right there. It's named after the place. So I think that's what kind of Might be more public plays than like sharp money, but either way, if you got it early, I hope you did. Other than that, I would stray away from 3.5, 3, to be honest.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think, but look, I like LSU by 2 scores here.
Yeah.
I really do. The closer it gets, and I'm trying to take my emotion and your heart out of it.
You don't
know
now.
much about Florida State going in after what you saw last week, because they're not going to be able to put 3 guys back there that rush for 100 yards. It's just going to be a totally different game. And their quarterback is, look, he's impressive. He's got starts. We appreciate that. We're over here at the PGA tailgate up here at Lucy's. So if you're looking at a place to pregame, come by here, as it's rocking, man. It's awesome. But as far as Florida State's offense goes, it's going to be a different test this week for for Florida State, which is why I would take, as this thing moves, it's up to 4.5 now. I'm looking at our friends over at Caesars as I've got an updated line here. We want to make sure we're keeping you up to date with what's going on, but LSU is still -4 at the Caesars Sportsbook. If you want to, you can use that promo code JCLSUFull, JCLSUFull, to get your risk $1,500 up to risk-free up there. But LSU right now still at -4 as far as tonight's kickoff versus Florida State, but it seems like it's on the move. So you might want to get in there and get that taken care of before it goes up anymore. But as we said, tonight, what am I looking for more than anything is the offensive line, how they respond. That's a veteran defensive line for Florida State, similar to what LSU is going to trot out, a lot of experience up there. They don't have the recognition and the credentials that LSU has, but they absolutely have the experience, which LSU's offensive line does not. Can they open up holes for guys like Noah Kane? Can they get guys moving like Armani Goodwin? Guys like Josh Williams will be back there, and even Jaden Daniels. Right? I mean, I think even Jaden Daniels is going to be somebody that they count on in the run game to really kind of bail him out tonight and get that part of the game established. So make sure you hit that like button, that share button, that comment button, if you don't mind, as we were over here at Lucy's and getting ready for the regular season, man. It's awesome. It's awesome, man. I will tell you this. We were out in New Orleans yesterday afternoon and yesterday last night. There's a lot of Florida State people here. For as much as we heard about the tickets being sold on the secondary market from Florida State, that might be the fact because we hadn't gotten inside the game yet. But I can tell you that just being out on the streets and just seeing the bars and the restaurants and even over here at Lucy's, I mean, there's a lot of people that have made the trip from Tallahassee, or at least Florida State supporters that are down here in New Orleans today.
Yeah, they do have a lot of Florida State fans. Like, just walking up, like, you can just see the garnet and gold, the whatever colors they call themselves, the nose. They're in town, for sure.
No, they definitely made a trip. This is a great trip. This is a destination trip. To a school like Florida State, right? I mean,
let's get weird.
Yeah, absolutely. French Quarter for a weekend, a holiday weekend.
Oh, come on, let's get it.
Sorry.
Everybody's starting to kind of file in up here.
Yeah, we had to get
now,
everybody
man.
in. There's a cop downstairs. We had to get everybody in the building.
It's a good time up here, man. It feels like game day. Smells like game day.
It feels like game day.
Sights are beautiful out here. Everybody
The talent's
out,
Coach.
Yeah, right. Huh? What?
The talent's out.
Yes.
A bunch of 5-stars here.
They out.
I mean, recruits,
You got to show off on a day like today.
This is the day.
I mean, the weather. Man, knock on everything, man. We got no storms up to this point. Usually you're talking about that stuff around this time of the year.
A little murky early, but then we here now.
It's all good. So, LSU, Florida State, look, man, take the number. It's 4 at Caesars right now. It's on the move, so you want to grab it early because it feels like it's going up for the Tigers. I'm taking LSU. I don't believe in Jordan Travis, their quarterback. He's played, 14 games?
I was going to say any feel on over-under.
I bet the under, but I'm over.
Yeah, I'm going over.
I mean? Really?
Over for sure.
Well, dude, after what happened this weekend where I bet every under possible in the book got slaughtered by every under, they're all kind of sitting a little low for college football. I think I still had the NFL brain where I was like, 50 seems like a lot.
Yeah.
And now
it's not.
LSU is sitting, I think, right at 50. I took the first half under. Might have to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah, I might have to rescind.
I might have to
I
take
hate
the
pulling
L.
back money.
Yeah.
I hate
Hey, you
pulling
want your
back
juice? We're good. What's that? $2.
But I did take LSU. I did boost Kayshawn and then LSU win.
Yeah.
I did max bet on that. The max bet on it's 100. I don't think that they'll be able to guard him.
The odds went from 240 to 170. Wow. That's how many people saw that and slaughtered it because if LSU wins, that's going to happen, right?
Absolutely.
9 touchdowns in how many games?
6 games?
9 touchdowns. He led LSU in receiving in 2021, and he played 6 games.
He led the nation in touchdowns
for a couple of weeks.
Until week 8, week 10.
Yeah, he goes on the paint.
He was on 2 game per pace last year. I expect him to pick right back up where he left off. So I'm taking Kayshawn, LSU win with a touchdown. If you're looking for a boost bet, get over to our friends over at Caesars. All right, for LSU, I would take the number like we said. We're over here at Lucy's. Come stop by and see us. Hit that like and share. But the SEC went 13-0 yesterday in their games. Vanderbilt beat Hawaii to start off 63-10. Missouri beat Louisiana Tech earlier in the week on Thursday night, 52-24. Tennessee rolled up Ball State 59-10. Florida beat Utah. We'll talk about that one, 29-26. Arkansas outlasted Cincinnati 31-24 in a really good game. Kentucky beat Miami of Ohio 37-13. Alabama rolled Utah State 55-0. Texas A&M beat Sam Houston State 31-0. We're kind of in between weather delays there. And Ole Miss beat Troy 28-10. And the most impressive performance, I thought, of Saturday was the Georgia Bulldogs rolling up Oregon 49-3. I told you I lost every single one of my bets on Saturday. None more embarrassing than taking Oregon plus the 16.5.
Yeah,
I thought Dan Lanning. I just thought that it was a long off season. I thought Stetson Bennett was a little hungover.
Yeah,
I thought that they were just going to, kind of get through the day. Coach, they toyed with Oregon. They played with Oregon. They've got the best roster in the country. I know Alabama's got Bryce Young. I know they got Will Anderson, and I know they looked pretty good yesterday. They looked really good yesterday, winning 55-0. But I thought the most impressive performance of the day by far was Georgia. And they come at you offensively now. The offense is really what is just like, oh, shit. Like, they got it everywhere.
They got it in levels, Coach. 3 deep.
They feel like LSU 05, 06, 07. It didn't matter who you threw out there. You were like, wow, who's that?
Yeah. Who's that?
You know what I mean?
It was like, dude,
damn, who's that dude?
It was like going to the aquarium, like, whoa, look at that. It's unbelievable.
Did you
this shit I ain't never seen before.
Did you see the Darnell Washington?
Georgia's different.
Did you see the Darnell Washington run?
The Washington run.
Oh my
jumping over people. A stiff arming people.
This guy's 6'7", 270.
Man, you haven't even gotten to a Reed Gilbert yet. What did Brock Bowers do yesterday?
If you have a roster that stacked and you have a Reed Gilbert just kind of hanging out,
Brock Bowers had 2 catches. It just.
Did he play?
He had 2 catches for 38 yards. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 receivers yesterday caught the ball for 439 yards. Stetson Bennett was 25 of 31 for 368 yards. He had a 97 QBR yesterday. I'm telling you, man, I know that Oregon was seeing stars yesterday, and they were outside of their element. They were in Atlanta. That was a home. It's going to be a lot like LSU playing in New Orleans, it feels like. But, Oregon had to travel across the world to get to Atlanta. Georgia's feeling themselves as the defending national champs. They flexed, I thought, yesterday. They were so impressive.
I know it's an easy comparison to make because LSU kind of played the exact same team in 2011, but that felt like 2011 LSU when Georgia took the field against Oregon. Like, Oregon was, bro, what's the number? Because we can score as many as you want. That was an old school, this is the SEC moment where it's like, we got guys at every level. And Oregon's like, we thought we had a guy.
Yeah, we got guys running.
We thought we had guys, and you realize
they don't.
This is different.
You don't. Georgia he has recruited at such a high level. I told you the stat that I thought was most impressive since Brian Kelly really established his program at LSU. The most impressive stat was, as popular as the transfer portal was, nobody transferred out of LSU. Kirby Smart in Georgia, same thing. But Kirby Smart in Georgia, not only did nobody leave, they didn't take any. They didn't go get any transfers. Like Jermaine Burton left. Like those guys left because they were looking around. And I mean, who's number 5?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he's a Mississippi State transfer, I want to say. I think he came from
Coach, I'm just saying.
I think that's the guy that lit LSU up in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
They're loaded.
They are loaded.
Do you think that switch who you think the favorite might be for going into the year? Alabama kind of took care of business, but I just felt like Georgia was so impressive in that win where it's like,
right now, I got to go with Georgia.
The whole country's on notice now.
No, I mean, Georgia, they can go to toe-to-toe with Bama tonight. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that it would take like a little bit of a build-up for all this turnover on defense. And look, Oregon looked terrible. You know, like they looked awful.
I mean, how did Bo Nix get the SEC
a lot of that was more of Georgia than it was Oregon looking like shit. You know what I mean? Georgia was just, they are so fast. They are so instinctive. They're just such good football players. He is recruited at such a level where it really does feel like LSU 04, 05, 06, where you're like, who the fuck is Claude Roten? Like, where did this guy come from?
We're 3 deep.
Yeah, I mean, like, Ricky Jean Francois, who is this guy?
He'll play.
I mean,
Until he
MVP
does.
of the game, you know what I mean? Like, they just look really good. I thought, really, that
Ron?
I just really thought that Georgia was the most impressive performance of the day. The best win of the day goes to our boy Billy Napier at Florida. Really, I thought
my hand.
hanging in that game, that was the best game of the day.
I feel like he snuck away with one, though.
He did.
Yeah,
He absolutely
for sure.
did. But to get that game away from Utah, to just start 1-0 against
doubt.
that team.
But Utah had that thing on a pedestal the entire
They
time,
did.
and Billy
Whole
took
game.
it. Dude, Anthony Richardson, Billy's never had a weapon like that.
Never.
No, and you know who else is very impressive is little Etienne.
Who?
The
Etienne
running
Johnson.
back.
You're right. I mean,
He looks like a. I mean, like,
that's
you know,
what
like that was a
LSU
big
wanted.
fumble he jumped on at the end. But I
Yeah.
mean, the way he was just able to kind of dive into his first college football game on a big stage like that and make that type of impact. I've never seen the helmets that Florida wears with just the face. They don't have the crossbars. Did you see that?
That's the new.
Who is that? I've never
the
seen.
new-
That's what you noticed.
That's the new speed.
What is that?
It's
It's
like
for
a new
concussions.
helmet. Yeah, it's like a new.
That was
helmet
weird.
came
So
out.
you just
And it's like a
watched
The
the
big
big
defensive
visor.
lineman, number 21,
Yeah,
who's a stud.
coach. I mean, that
Stud.
man is like.
I mean, he is a
Dude,
animal.
we're watching this top 10 matchup essentially, and he's going,
What is
Which
this?
one of
guy?
them?
What is that? He wasn't the only one either. Caleb Richardson's the truth.
dude, KJ Richardson's the real deal, but I want to go back to Florida for a little bit because I feel like they might be.
I mean, Anthony Richardson. I said Caleb Richardson.
Oh,
Anthony
yeah, my bad.
Richardson.
Yeah, that's all I wanted
You
to talk
said
about.
Caleb Richardson.
I said-
It's
I said
KJ.
Anthony Richardson.
I said
That's
Caleb
KJ
at
Jefferson.
USC.
15.
But I'm talking about Anthony Richardson at Florida yesterday. Man, he
Absolutely.
worked himself out of some jams yesterday as far as kind of being cornered where his athleticism, his
Full
size, bro, he's a problem. He's an issue.
Dude, that pump fake spin throw touchdown and then 8 pimp spin
Yeah,
just
he
catches
just
it in the corner.
wide open.
Brother, they're playing some football over there. Billy, like I said, got away with one, but he's never had somebody like Anthony Richardson ever. So they're only
Well,
going to get
look,
better.
I love Levi Lewis. Levi Lewis is a hell of a player. But what Richardson has is his size.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is Dak Prescott back there. I mean, like, he's
and,
Jamarcus. I mean,
he's faster than he
absolutely. He's a huge athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, his start-stop is
he looked like Cam Newton in 15.
what's
Yeah.
that?
He looked like Cam.
In the open
Yeah.
field, he looked like him.
No, he does. He does. I mean, you saw that projected 12th pick in the draft. I mean, he's a high guy. I mean, he's a high-round guy that they're looking at that they expect big things. That was a huge win for Napier to start off that way in his tenure in Gainesville.
I know we're looking at Florida State first, but did that kind of bring anything to mind? We were like, LSU has to go to the swamp and play.
absolutely.
Florida
Yeah.
looks totally different.
No, they do. But what Florida, you look, and this is the story of Florida, is that their frontline guys are studs. Like their first team guys can play with anybody. They better not get hurt. They've got no depth because their recruiting has fallen off so much over the last couple of years. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Opa!
I mean,
But-
damn, Mullen said he didn't even care about recruiting.
Yeah, right?
Who cares?
It's awesome out here, bro. It's game day.
Yeah, this is only going to get louder.
What's that?
It's only going to get louder.
No doubt. We no headphones. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in
I'm
trouble.
just trying to find some from the DJ.
Huh?
That's right.
What are you saying?
I tried to go down to the DJ and grab some, so we'll see. But now, yeah, a little miscommunication.
All good though, man. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that comment button. But just talking about a little bit of what impressed us yesterday. Obviously, we mentioned Georgia was the most impressive performance of the day. I thought Florida was the most impressive win and the best game of the day. Cincinnati and Arkansas was right there with them. Arkansas holding off Cincinnati in a really back-and-forth game. That another one, loser for your boy, had the under, 53.5. What was it, 55?
I told Lloyd
53.5.
No, I know, but the 55 was the number. Was it 31-24?
What'd you tell me?
You took the under?
Dude, hey, Stewie had cashed a couple tickets.
Hey, man, go Oppo of your boy. Everything I'm touching is infected right now.
Arizona +6 money line, San Diego State. Arkansas money
But
line.
Cincinnati, I thought, had their chances, man. You know, I mean, really, I thought that drive late in the game, I mean, that interception was brutal. That felt like Russell Wilson in the Super Bowl. Like, how do you make that throw, bro? Like, good play by the Arkansas defender, but, I mean, Cincinnati, I thought, had every chance. Guy could have been a hero, though. They're looking for a new quarter. I mean, it's tough to replace their guy, you know. I mean, obviously, they had Desmond Ridder last year, who was a high-end quarterback, but the guy had his chances yesterday.
Yeah.
How about Dwight McLaughlin making a pick for, second play of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed out. It's like, oh, you talk about transfers coming in and out.
I know, I saw that.
Ooh,
Big Dwight making a play.
Keep on. We did the old 2-for-1 swap.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Joe Fuchsia and who's my other guy?
Greg Brooks.
And Greg Brooks has both been on the show. We'll see how the LSU DB room looks, but Dwight seemed like a player.
Dwight McLaughlin?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, bro, he almost threw that thing home.
He did. KJ Jefferson yesterday ran the ball 18 times for Arkansas. That was a physical game, man. That was a back-and-forth game. KJ was 18 of 26 in the air, 31-24 winners.
Can't even look at it.
Arkansas over Cincinnati. As Arkansas, as we said, SEC didn't lose a game, hasn't lost a game up to this point. LSU going to try and close it out tonight at Florida State. It is a phenomenal game day atmosphere down in New Orleans. I'm telling you, man, the entire city all weekend long. And look, I had my reservations of coming down, right, just because of everything that's been going on. I mean, I think everybody knows I'm engaged to Kelly. Kelly used to live down here. She moved down to Baton Rouge just to kind of get out of the crime and everything. That was just a very uncomfortable city. But this weekend, we got down here yesterday afternoon, been in the restaurants, been in the bars last night watching games, been walking the streets, stayed in the quarter, got up this morning, was able to move over here, good parking spot, moving around. The weather feels like it's gonna be all right all day. I know there's a 30% chance of rain like later in the afternoon, but
in a dome tonight, Coach.
it should be all right, man.
And I would say sneaky easy to get over here.
It was.
Towing on Sundays, dude. I was like, where should I park? Like, oh, you're good. I was like,
It's all good.
Did you turn it up?
Right
Did you
there.
turn it up?
All good. Shea Dixon is set to join us. He was supposed to be coming to this party, and will be up here at some point. At some point today. So we'll make sure and have him on when he gets through here. But some other games that obviously stood out yesterday. One we hadn't talked about from a kind of a national standpoint. That was the SEC games. Was Notre Dame and Ohio State. Ohio State won this game late, 21-10, I believe. 21-10. In the last quarter and a half, they just choked Notre Dame out, man. They did. I mean, they just kind of, wrapped them up. They were too strong, too deep. Notre Dame came out. They were fighting, man. They were jumping around. That's going to be Marcus Williams, though. That's kind of – they play with his personality now.
I mean, quarterback started off, 7 of 8 or 8 of 8 at one point, and
absolutely,
second half, he just fell off.
Yeah, Notre Dame they were impressive the way they came into that game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, another loser for your boy. I had Ohio State first half under 10.
That's not a bad bet.
I mean, I thought for sure Notre Dame would be just kind of trying to figure it out.
They were both. It really was like that at first. It kind of was just a figure it out type of thing, and then somebody like Ohio State kind of started to pull away.
But if you want to if you're a Notre Dame fan, obviously there's been a lot made of LSU, Notre Dame. They've been kind of going back and forth a little bit. Marcus Freeman can dial up a defense. Like, to hold Ohio State to under 30 points is impressive.
That defense.
He's got to figure that thing out on the offensive end.
He had C.J. Stroud frustrated at
That defense had C.J. Stroud and Ryan Day. You could see a couple of shots a day where he was he kind of didn't know what he was looking at. Yeah, like, where do I go next? And that's exactly what I thought, right, was, you got Marcus Williams over there just kind of dialing it up and confusing Stroud, really kept him on his toes all day. I mean, it was it was a big-time atmosphere, and I thought Notre Dame, for the most part, really managed it, really early on. It was impressive the way that they were able to handle that. But no, Ohio State you got a better roster.
Yeah.
You got a deeper roster.
Too good.
Yeah, just too good.
And you're watching Ryan Day age in front of our eyes. You can see him get older with every play, dude. It's like, I got him in a natty. he's going the Urban Meyer route where it's just my chest, stressing. My heart. Like, you can see, like, the bags under his eyes while he's coaching that game, and a grinder like that. He's like, I don't know if I'm going to do it again. I don't think I'll be able to do it this year either.
10 uncommitted 5-stars at the game last night for Ohio State.
Say it again?
10 uncommitted 5-stars at the game last night for Ohio State.
And look,
including Bronny James and LeBron James.
Wow.
They got to go there, huh?
What's that?
Basketball, they got to go to Ohio State.
I mean,
LeBron,
I don't know if he's going to go to college, though.
I mean,
he might just go to the G League.
Yeah, but I mean, he's visiting schools and taking off.
Better live it up.
Yeah.
Quickest route to the draft so LeBron can play with his
right.
That's your legacy.
Great fallback plan.
Yeah.
The game's still at -4. If you're looking for the best number right now at Caesars Sportsbook, our friends over at Caesars have it at 4. If you want to get over there and check it out, as we have played. I played the under yesterday. I'm thinking about kind of opening that bet back up and maybe rescinding that one, but I'm going to stay with LSU. I got him at 3.5 maybe. I think I got LSU at 3.5. But I'm going to take LSU, stay on that bet, and then I'm riding with Clemson.
What makes you even want to take it at 3.5? I feel like that's just because of how the sports books work.
No. I got it earlier this week at 3.5 before it moved.
So you got it at 3.
Did I get it at 3?
Yeah. It just moved this morning to 3.5.
Okay. Well, now it's at 4. It's on the move, Coach. I'm telling you. This thing is.
It's because the look behind you.
Right. Well, I mean, not only that, the money's starting to hit. And
6:30?
you see where the money is. Cody Boudreaux, Jordy, I see chicken behind you. Please tell him to unban me on tiger droppings. I promise to stop with the Namira pictures. I'll see what I can do, Cody. I'll see what I can do. Great crowd over here at Lucy's. It is a great day, man. Yes, Hunter Hall, the fellas need headphones. We do. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. Make sure you hit that comment button. As we're going to be here with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon, getting you set up for LSU and Florida State. As we said, this game will be on ABC tonight. 6:30 kickoff. LSU, Florida State. It opened up at 3 points. It's now at 4. This game will be played in the Caesars Superdome. This is a matchup and a series that goes way back, right, to the early 90s. If you remember, if you're around my age, 40-something crowd. Growing up, Florida State used to come into Tiger Stadium, and it was one of the games that you couldn't miss early. Florida State got the return trip for Baton Rouge from LSU, and one of the biggest college football brawls of all time, LSU, Florida State. 92, maybe? Mawai was in it. Kevin Mawai was in it for sure.
Oh, that's Curly Hallman era.
Oh, Curly Hallman era for sure, yes.
Because when I think of LSU brawling, I think LSU Miami, 2005, 4?
Yeah, it was Peach Bowl in the tunnel.
They were supposed to be it was a joke.
On the field. This is Florida State, getting into their, starting to take off, right?
The ascend.
Yes, and one of people that are a little older and maybe can recall that fight in Tallahassee, but it is one of the all-time great college football brawls that you can reference because, it was bench clearing. Both benches
helmets off.
were brawling. And both sides had –
Who was it with Miami and whenever Devin Hester was at Miami?
Yeah, it was Dwayne Bowe started it. in the tunnel because he was from Miami, and a couple of the guys were going back and forth. They stole a ball. Somebody thought they stole a ball off the sideline.
As a bit, like it wasn't even like like no animosity.
But Miami got their ass whipped that day.
Miami, was it FIU or somebody that got into we stomping people out?
That's one of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, maybe the worst of all time.
Could be. But this LSU Florida State brawl, we've got a listener saying that it was 1990 Archer. Goose Sports says Archer 1990. That sounds about right. But it is just it's
madhouse
like,
in
oh
here.
Shit.
Yeah.
If you were out and about, make sure and come stop in and check us out. We're over here at Lucy's Surf Bar. Over here on, where are we? We're on Girard Street. Come stop by and see us. Mid-City, Warehouse District, right around there. But other games from yesterday, we mentioned Ohio State, Notre Dame. Ohio State taking care of Notre Dame 21-10. And then Alabama yesterday afternoon destroying Utah State 55-0. Bryce Young yesterday, 18 of 28, 195 yards. He had 5 touchdowns on the afternoon. Did the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. Alabama taking care of business there. Oklahoma beat UTEP 45-13. Michigan was able to take care of Colorado State 51-7. And Harbaugh, as we talked about, using this time to kind of find a quarterback. Yesterday it was Cade McNamara who got the start. He was 9 of 18 for a touchdown. But J.J. McCarthy got into the game. He was 4 of 4. He was perfect on the day. But he will have the opportunity to start the next game, and that's how Harbaugh said he's going to name his guy, as McCarthy will go against Hawaii in week 2, and he'll name his starter for UConn in week 3 coming out. I guess this is a transfer portal decision now for Harbaugh.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Is if LSU didn't have Florida State first game, do you think they would have put it out kind of somewhat similar to this, to where you're going you get one day, you get the next day?
Probably so. Because
it's the best feel it out way.
Yeah, I think LSU was able to kind of make their way through the transfer portal period of this quarterback race. Like they came out of it, they got their guys, they're secured in here. I think Nussmeier
and easy, give me a layup.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But I think Harbaugh was a little concerned about his offseason. He was interviewing for NFL jobs. He was telling people around the complex if he gets the Minnesota Vikings job, he's taking it. He thought he was going to get it. I think it was a bigger surprise to him that he didn't get it.
Well, that's why a lot of people were saying the Notre Dame recruiting class was so good, because they couldn't commit to Michigan because they're like, dude, I don't know where Harbaugh's going to go. And he slept over at a recruit's house for a kicker. That man is in it, but when you can tell he's not in it, then I'd imagine a lot of recruits are like, well, shit, I might as well look around and be like, all right, Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman, we got a lot going on over here in terms of a little bit new swag.
No doubt.
So I would imagine, but after that win, you see the quarterback play out the way it is. I was just more interested to see how LSU would have handled it if they didn't have a marquee matchup on a Sunday at 6:30 against Florida State in the Dome. They might have handled it a little bit like Michigan is doing.
Dwayne Official, put it on the poll. Who's going to start tonight? Jaden Daniels or Garrett Nussmeier? Who's it going to be? Get your poll question up. Get it going, as we will have it here for you on YouTube, all over Twitter, wherever you are. Come find us, as we're going to be here at Lucy's Surf Bar. Man, the crowd is great. It is fantastic up here, as you can feel the game day here. Somehow some Florida State fans has been going there, has made their way in here tonight, as it is it's moving around. We told you it's a great atmosphere, man. It's awesome. Other standout performances yesterday, I think we've got to win over all of them as far as teams that really stood out from yesterday. We mentioned Michigan taking care of business over Colorado State 51-7 as they just beat the hell out of Colorado State. Things not the same there since Mel Tucker took that Michigan State job. I know Miami didn't play anybody, but they beat the brakes off of Bethune-Cookman 70-13. BYU beat South Florida 50-21. Houston, in a surprise game yesterday against Texas San Antonio, was able to stay alive and win that one 37-35. Texas San Antonio had their chances, man. Ole Miss, 28-10 winners over Troy. Zach Evans is a stud, 20 carries, 130 yards for the transfer running back into Oxford, as he had a hell of a debut for Ole Miss yesterday in game one for the Rebs. LSU, Florida State coming at you at 6:30. Can we break here?
Absolutely.
We can? Good. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. We're going to come back.
We just talked for an hour.
Oh! Yes! Look at him. I got a sign up here. I have to change
Now we fucking.
Absolutely, guys. Back here, Jordy Culotta Show rolling on a beautiful day here from Lucy's Bar and Grill. We might have Mincy next. Of you, man. I had to have my front tooth, a tooth implanted on my front tooth, and it was a hell of an ordeal, but Dr. Spillers and the crew from Johnson & Spillers made it as easy and seamless as possible to work with, and have taken the final product, and it is absolutely beautiful. Learn more online at johnsonspillers.com. Whether you're looking for Botox or you need help in any type of dentistry, whether it is dentures, night guards, if you're looking for Invisalign, if you're interested in implant dentistry like I got, you can get in touch with Johnson Spillers. Online, johnsonspillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easiest way to get them, online at johnsonspillers.com. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check them out online at redsticksports.biz. Southern Eye Centers, where their passion is caring for eyes. It's what they do. They've been doing it for 40 years. They've been offering the Capital Region a friendly, helpful environment with the highest level of personal care to manage your eye health and vision needs. Stop in and see their brand new office on Jefferson Highway today, where you can find them at 6859 Jefferson Highway. They also are the daily poll sponsor on the Culotta Show. And remember, if you go into Southern Eye Center of Baton Rouge and you mention the Jordy Culotta Show, you will receive 25% off of their fantastic sunglasses selection over at Southern Eye Center. Check out Dr. Ann Shaw and Southern Eye Center, the daily poll sponsor of the Jordy Culotta Show. Shout out to Tom Granning from everybody over here at FM Digital Media, as he is our fuel sponsor. Whether it's fuel cards or snacks, he's keeping us going every day at FM Digital Media. If you're out on Highway 61, make sure and stop in and see him over at Go. All right, welcome back here. We are live at Lucy's Surf Bar in Mid-City, right around the Warehouse District here in New Orleans, as we are getting set for kickoff tonight, 6:30, between LSU and Florida State inside the Caesars Superdome. It is going to be a fantastic matchup for you. SEC 13-0 already on the weekend going into tonight's matchup with LSU and Florida State. We're joined by one of our favorites, one of our guys, Benjamin Mintz, the king of the South. Never lost a crown for us, buddy. Never lost a crown.
I feel quite welcome here at Lucy's. It's certainly out everywhere. Man, what a great week one. The atmosphere in the streets, just love New Orleans to see it popping like this, man. The city is popping. It's busted at the seams. Everybody I know from Baton Rouge is kind of coming over today, filtering into town, hitting the tailgates, and what a fun matchup for Brian Kelly to start the new era against Florida State. Two programs, a lot of history, tradition. The last few years hadn't been as great. and you can feel the enthusiasm from fans.
Mincy, this number is bouncing all over the place.
4
It
now.
Started at 3. It's at 4 right now. It feels like it might even hike up before kickoff. How do you feel about this matchup? The number's 50 as well on the total.
I like everything about LSU except how public it is. I saw it used to be 2.5, now it's 4. I'm seeing over 80% of the money on LSU. But look at the SEC, 10-1 against the spread yesterday. Ole Miss, the only non-cover was Ole Miss, and they won by 18. The SEC looks dominant. Look, I'm just a big believer in Brian Kelly. You know, I mean, you're talking about, what was he, 54-7 his last 61 games at Notre Dame? I mean, you damn sure know they're going to be ready. I'm good friends. I know you know Joe Sloan real well. He's been optimistic to me. And, you know, getting Butte back, I'm excited to see Malik Neighbors. I'm big on him over 38.5 yards. I think he's going to step up. He's a guy I really, really like. And Florida State, man, I know Jordan Travis's legs scare you, but he's not a good thrower. And I think that's going to be something they're going to regret. Like, you look at LSU, the D-line looks ferocious with Ojulari and Allie Gay. The secondary this year, you got some transfers, you got some experience, but you don't have those first-round guys you're used to at the DBU thing. But I do think Florida State, I don't think, can exploit that. I don't think their passing game's that good.
Most impressive thing you saw yesterday, I thought Georgia's performance
and
Florida's win.
Yeah, Richardson, I'm mad I don't have a Heisman flyer on Anthony Richardson, man. I mean, I feel like, you know, like as it came closer, you kind of felt like, you know, Napier's going to coach him up with that staff. And I had Florida last night and won. Georgia, I mean, that was like watching a high school game, man. I mean, they could have won by 100 if they'd have wanted to. But I thought the Florida thing, I mean, game 1 to beat Utah, that was a great game. Some wild games that felt real bad for East Carolina. That kicker was first team All-American athletic that conference last year.
Wow.
It loses. The App State ending was nuts. It's just great to have college football back. I think Florida-Utah is the game of the day, though. I think that was a big announcement. You know, obviously we all know about Billy Napier down here. You saw this thing, it's getting turned around in a hurry.
What did you learn about Arkansas yesterday in that Cincinnati game?
It was about like what I thought. I mean, they looked a lot better on offense second half. Jefferson's mobile. He's an inconsistent passer. I mean, Cincinnati, if Bryant, that quarterback, could play, they'd have won that game. They missed a 20-yard field goal. They left a lot of points out there. But, you know, it's one of those things, man. Cincinnati's still a tough opponent. You win by 7 at home week 1. You survive. You advance. You get better. I mean, just because they didn't, like, blow them out, I'm not, like, any too down on them. Their schedule's murder, though. They got to go to BYU and play the whole West. I think Arkansas is going like 7-5. I'm not as high on them.
Notre Dame last night, I thought, played a really good first half in a tough environment, but after that, Ohio State was too good, right?
Well, yeah, I thought the big thing with Ohio State was the Jim Knowles hire. You know, he turned Oklahoma State from one of the worst defensive programs in the country to top 5, top 10 the last couple of years. No one's ever played defense at Oklahoma State. When I saw him do that, I was like, this dude's legit. And Ohio State, you know, their defense was soft last year, held Notre Dame to 10 points, 0 second half. You know, Ohio State's All-American receiver went down in the first quarter. I thought that affected the game. He was banged up the rest of the game. They played more power ball, but it's week 1. You got a 21-10 solid win. Their defense improved. Like, maybe they weren't as explosive, but it's still a big win.
What did you make of Ole Miss?
I thought it was great. So, Jackson Dart, I'd heard it was a work in progress, and it was. He was definitely up and down yesterday. But the defense, I was worried about the new defensive coordinator. Defense was flying to the football, dominated the game. Zach Evans, a 5-star transfer from TCU. You know, if he can keep his head screwed on straight, he's going to have a huge, huge year. So I think the running game looks really good. Defense looks really good. Luckily for Ole Miss, Jordy, 3 more preseason games. The September schedule's a joke. You get Central Arkansas, at Georgia Tech, and Tulsa next 3. So hopefully you get the quarterback thing, a little more experience before Kentucky and early October roll in. Ole Miss LSU is going to be huge, though. Barstool win. That's a college football show in Baton Rouge that weekend.
That is going to be enormous.
Yes.
I saw the announcement yesterday as LSU and Baton Rouge on the docket. That's a huge get for Baton Rouge. Mincy, everything good, right?
Oh, everything's good, man.
Wait. Take me. What happened?
So, look, when you work for Barstool, you sign up for the circus. That's exactly what I walked into the last couple weeks. I just regardless of how I feel about it, I think Dave found a reason to question my loyalty, whether, even though I was more than supportive of him. Regardless of all that, whatever. We'll prove myself good. The Friday thing was funny. Did you see the run-in video to work?
No.
So Friday, we had a misunderstanding that it was a holiday weekend, so the office was 8 to noon. So word came down from above me that Pick Central was canceled, and I was kind of like, why? It's the first Friday of the season. So I tweet out at 11:30, no pick Central today, and Dave texts me. He's like, "Why is there no show that's lazy?" I was like, "Dave, I want to do the show." He
God
goes,
damn it, Vince!
No, he goes,
I've
"Go do
lived
it."
this life a million times.
So Dave said, "Go do
Boy,
it."
where
I was
the
like,
fuck
"Cool,
are
I want to
you?"
do it anyway." It's 11:32, and I'm in Hoboken. The show starts at noon, so I truck it to the PATH train. I get off the PATH train 11:57. It's about probably a little less than a half mile to the office. The Barstool cameras see it all and meet me at the PATH train, and I dead sprint up the stairs about a half mile with my backpack on. My shorts are falling off because I've been losing weight. I'm picking them up in this video, and I got there at 12:02. And then there's all kinds of videos on the internet of like Mario Kart, like memes of me, like Mario Kart. There's one with the trumpets, like the Met stuff that are going nuts. But hey, man, whatever I gotta do to redeem myself. Oh, it was funny. Second highest viewed Pick Central ever off it.
Did you know that, like, because you've been at Barstool for long enough now, we're like, I'm definitely on camera right now.
Oh, no, they texted me they were meeting me. And so I was ready. So when I got to the top of the stairs, I'm like, time to show off because I've been running and eating healthy the last 5 weeks. So I'm feeling better. And
It's
so,
a compliment to myself.
Yeah, I got them. But yeah, it was fun. You never know, man. I thought it turned from an L to a W.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, as long as you don't end up on an Ace of Spades bottle, you're good.
I'm freaking pumped to be back in New Orleans, though. You know, this Northeast been wearing me out a little bit lately. It's good to be back around my people. Going to be here a bunch. I got 4 Louisiana trips this fall. This is the first one, so.
How many games you making? So will you be back?
We're doing a rediscovering Louisiana with Nick Tranny and KB and Donnie, and we're actually going to be tailgating at LSU New Mexico State.
Wow.
And going to go take a stadium tour and do that, and then obviously doing Ole Miss LSU in Baton Rouge. Oh, that's going to be interesting too, Jordy. Because Ole Miss's schedule is so light early. Ole Miss could be 6-1 or 7-0 in the top 10, and could be that without even knowing if they're really good or not. With the way the schedule is, you got Kentucky and Auburn at home and at Vandy in October, but I think those are all winnable games. And so I'm hoping that's a super hype thing. And then, so I'm doing all that, and I'm doing the Saints-Ravens Monday night in November, and Saints-Falcons right before Christmas.
So Megan making money's up here as well. We will have Megan on the set and talk to her a little bit, catch up with what's going on and what she's got going on. Bro, y'all keep crushing it.
Oh, hey, do what you got to do, man. I appreciate it. Always love coming on. Love seeing your success, man.
Great to see Mincy over here in New Orleans. As Mincy, will you send Megan?
Yeah, I'll send her.
Will you see her? To send her over here. We want to catch up with Megan to see how she's been doing, see what's going on, see who she likes tonight in this matchup. Make sure you hit that like button, that share button, that comment button as
What
we
a
are
treat
live at
Mincy
Lucy's.
is.
We're at the PGA.
That man was never more nervous than he's ever been in his entire life.
Yeah, he rattled.
Rattled.
Yeah, he rattled.
I'm on the apology tour.
Got him
Dude,
rattled,
you're good.
It's right. Yeah,
Get him out. Get him out.
Yeah, you're good. You're fine. Okay.
Let's mess with this dude. Let's light a fire under his
We
ass.
found the
Let's see what
perfect
happens.
plan. Yeah.
So make sure you hit that like button, share button, comment button. As we said, LSU, Florida State. Let me check up on our Caesar Sportsbook people and see where they have the line. Still at 4. Still at 4 right now. Over under is at 50 as the Tigers are favored by 4. And the total is 50 from our friends over at Sportsbook. Caesar Sportsbook will tell you some other bets that Caesars is going to offer here, including the Kayshawn boost that we talked about, that we took with Kayshawn catching a touchdown and LSU getting a win. Let's see what else they got here as far as boosts go for us. What was the
Malik Neighbors over under is like 38 and a half
Oh,
yards.
I mean, that's still.
That's what I'm saying. This is where we get into the LSU thing
I wanna
where
put my
I did
mortgage
the
on it.
exact
JD.
aftermath.
Look who it is.
And we own.
Wow.
And we own.
Just creeping up in here on a Sunday.
New job.
Don't get too far now. All right.
You back to work.
New job. Get in here.
You want to go to break real quick?
Ronnie Co. FSU, yeah. It's refilled. We get Megan making money. We're going to get Shady in. And we're rolling, bro. It's awesome here. It's game day.
Unbelievable. The headphones would be nice.
This is why we got into the business right
God
here.
damn it.
Mark the studio. This is why we're here, man. We'll be right back with more of it. Hit that like button, share button, comment button.
If nothing else, those shrimp look plump. True Blue Water, true hydration at its finest. Right now, you're only a few minutes away from getting your 5-gallon water delivered to you, just like we are over here at the UDL. All you got to do is log on to truebluewater.com. That's TRU bluewater.com. The website's fantastic over at truebluewater.com. You can get your service and find out how quick it is. You can schedule a delivery, even hop on the billing system right there at truebluewater.com. TRU bluewater.com.
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
Papa Earl's, the fine spice, originating right down here in South Louisiana by our guy Papa Earl. True Blue Water, true hydration at its finest. Right now, you're only a few minutes away from getting your 5-gallon water delivered to you, just like we are over here at the UDL. All you got to do is log on to truebluewater.com. That's TRU bluewater.com. The website's fantastic over at truebluewater.com. You can get your service and find out how quick it is. You can schedule a delivery, even hop on the billing system right there at truebluewater.com. TRU bluewater.com.
All right, welcome back here to a special edition here, pre-gaming for LSU Florida State, live at Lucy's Surf Bar. We are in Mid-City, right nestled into the Warehouse District, into the CBD, down here in New Orleans, getting ready for kickoff between LSU Florida State, 6:30. We see a familiar face with us. We just talked to Benjamin Mintz. Now we talk to Megan Making Money, one of our favorites. It's great to see you, Mama. How are you?
Great. As I told you, New Orleans is a monster. And
Yeah.
I got trapped in a perpetual circle of monster life behavior last night. So my brain is probably working at all of about 7%.
Woo!
But I enjoy the number 7, so I'm okay with it.
So give me about 5% here for the next couple of minutes, and tell me who we like tonight in this game. How do you see this one kind of squaring up?
I absolutely love LSU. I have a minus the 2.5. It's now up to 4 in most places.
Sure. Yeah.
I want to make sure. At the Boston Sportsbook, it's 2.5 odds, and if you're a new member, you can join with code Triple M. Bet $50 on the bet odds minus 2 and longer. Win or lose, you get a Circle March Boston Sportsbook flat full. So the March those colas are $85 anyway. So win or lose, you get a polo, but if you're already an existing player, you bet $100 on the best number available at any cover. My hot take is actually on mine. 2 touchdowns.
Nice. Well, speaking of,
My idea. Everyone loves Gritty. Everyone loves DK. We saw his moves in the beginning of the year. And I just wanted to make sure, it was justified properly.
nice. This is a great fit. Tell me about yesterday plays. What stood out?
So, as I said, earlier, Florida was my favorite underdog of the day. I absolutely love Billy Napier in that spot. I mean, he has everything we didn't have at UL. He has the 5-star recruits. He has the money. He has the 100,000 plus people in the swamp just breathing down. I've seen how good Billy Napier is and what he's done with a lot less at UL, that's where I live in Lafayette. So that game really stuck out to me. And after that game, I drank probably like 3 pitchers of beer. So the other one got a little foggy, but that was probably my favorite game of the day yesterday.
Is there anything from a future standpoint you like going into the season?
So I've taken LSU's win total over. I've convinced myself
7?
6.5.
6.5.
But I've convinced myself we're winning 9 games. I'm not really sure if that's a real possibility, but yeah, I've convinced myself of it. You just hanging out again. I haven't seen you for a while. I was supposed to go to the undisclosed location several times and yet have yet to make it over there.
Invite's still open.
Are you sure?
Always is. Always is.
That's Jordy Culotta. That's why everybody loves you, man. That's
Great to see you.
You're the king of Louisiana, not Mincy.
Megan Bunny. We'll be back with more of it here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Great to see you, Mark. Have a great day.
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
Lloyd!
Do you have questions about your finances? Are you looking for recommendations from a skilled financial advisor? Get in touch with our friend Daniel Newman over at Edward Jones. You can find him easily by logging online and shooting him an email at danielnewman@edwardjones.com. That is daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. Whether it is help with your 401k or just fiscal advice heading into the new season, get in touch with Daniel today. Best way to do it? Email him, daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. He's our experienced financial advisor. Let him be yours, daniel.newman@edwardjones.com.
Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express Auto Sales, the new used car lot located in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is online at goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in LaPlace, Louisiana, but now welcoming aboard Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard.
Billy Napier. Welcome back. Jordy Culotta Show live here, moving. Starting to fill up here at Lucy's. So the internet's kind of giving us little bugs here. As Tiger fans are out, Florida State fans are out. As this is a great game day atmosphere. If you are out and about looking for a place to set up shop, come see us over at Lucy's. Great to see one of our own,
yes, sir.
Shay D, as he is in here getting ready for tonight. We just had a tweet that came out that is announcing Jaden Daniels as the starting quarterback. Was it Matt Zenich?
Yeah, Matt Zenich at On 3 announced Jaden as the starter. Per sources, he's legit with the news. I haven't seen him be wrong, so we're not surprised.
I don't think so.
We're not surprised.
No surprise at all.
I think Brian Kelly said even the theme of this week was like, I don't know what word he used, but like focus, no distractions. And I think if you're playing in the Dome for an opener in front of all these people, it's going to be rocking. FSU fans are here. LSU's going to pack it out. You'll take the guy who's got 29 starts under his belt. I think he'll have a little bit, he'll have the composure needed. And I would bet if he doesn't, they'll be playing Nussmeier.
No doubt about it. Do you expect to see Nussmeier either way tonight?
I don't think they're wanting to. I think they wanted to choose a guy and ride him right in this game. I don't think they want to play musical chairs. Like Jaden gets a couple drives and then Nussmeier gets a drive or two. I would think that as long as the wheels don't fall off, that they're riding with Jaden.
What about from a defensive standpoint? What's the biggest question mark you have going into tonight? What are you looking to get the most answers out of?
Well, I guess overall it's how much rust, or is it even rust when you've built something brand new? I mean, all but one coach on this staff is new. They took more transfers than anyone in college football. They've got a new quarterback. Every new strength staff, everything's new. Like, Jordy, there's so many years where we get into a game or two and you say, man, they aren't settling into this coordinator. This ain't going to work out. Like, they've got to do it all in one off season. So I think the shaking off of the rust, however you want to put it, is something I'm watching. And then I would definitely say position-wise, I'm sitting on corner. I mean, if this is DBU and you've got four guys who are all transfers, they all may be great, but they're coming from McNeese, Ohio State, UL, Oklahoma State. How quickly can they get up to speed with where they need to be? And I know, look, going against the receivers LSU has in practice every day, that helps. I mean, that'll go a long way, but that's my big question mark is defensively, how do they look in the secondary?
From Florida State's standpoint, does it give them a big advantage of playing last week, in your opinion?
I think so. I think LSU would have loved to have a game like Duquesne where you get out there and you just see what you got. LSU needed that tune-up more than Florida State did. Florida State has their same coach. They have their same starting quarterback. A lot of the pieces are back. LSU is not in that boat, so I think that was a big advantage for FSU. Got more out of that than LSU did watching FSU play.
How about the number here? It's moved from 3 to 4.
Did you put the money in on it?
I got it at 3.
And both of us are on the under, and every over is hit since last Saturday.
I mean, the total number is 50.
Tell him.
It's 4 and 50 right now. How do you like the game?
I think I like LSU to win by a field goal. I like the 3. I like the 2.5.
3.5 is too much.
I like LSU to win by a field goal. But then again, maybe I'll take back my cornerback answer. I don't know what they have at kicker. And Greg McMahon for 2 kickers. Cole Tracy comes in 2018, wins him that game on the road at Auburn, sets records. We know what Cade York did as a freshman in 2019, 2020, 21. He's starting in the NFL now. Now, what I will say is Greg McMahon found those guys. Ramos is a guy that walked on under Greg McMahon, so you would hope that they've found a guy who can get the job done, but in no way can you expect to follow up what those two guys did.
Anything stand out yesterday? What impressed you in really the first big Saturday of college football?
Georgia?
No doubt.
I mean, good night. Stetson Bennett looked next level. It was the haircut. He's in the gold chains now. He's graduating.
He's feeling it, bro.
He's feeling it.
They're feeling it over there.
I think it's evident to me, and I think that Notre Dame played really good defense. I don't think Ohio State, when Jackson Smith and Jigba went down, they kind of looked rattled at times. But I still like them. I think they've got a good offense. But to me, if we're just putting all that into a small vacuum, it became evident quite quickly that Georgia and Bama are up here, and everybody else needs to still prove it.
Yeah, without question. Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ohio State is really good and will be better than they played, and I think Notre Dame has a really good defense. So that kind of Ohio State just looked like they had the jitters, man. They fell into the same trap Notre Dame was trying to put them in. Kill it, winding down the clock, moving slow, not having any big explosive plays, control the football. I think Ohio State's better than that, but I don't know. Georgia and Bama's already there. Georgia proved after all that they lost on defense, they could still go out there and rout a top 15 team. Ohio State, I need to see a little bit more.
Billy Napier's debut game in Gainesville, he goes 1-0, and he gets it against a top 10 team in Utah. How impressive was that win for him?
I'll say it's a big win, obviously, and to beat Utah a lot. They were not favored despite being at home. I will say Florida's got talent, but I had heard from people inside the Florida camp over the summer, more into fall camp. Every month or so, I'd get a text that would say, Anthony Richardson's that dude.
Yeah, he's that dude, bro.
And we saw Mullen wouldn't play him. They had the Emory Jones back and forth thing. It's very clear that he's trouble. I mean, that guy can hurt you. So I think they'll be good this year. I mean, that could be an 8, 9, 10-win team.
Yeah, without question. LSU Florida State tonight, 6:30 from the Dome. It'll be 4 points right now. 50.
We have some recruiting news coming.
Yes, I was about to say. So so the recruiting news is that you can use this game as a recruiting tool for both programs.
Right.
How does LSU use it tonight?
They've got so the NCAA used to not. If you were at a neutral site game, you couldn't have recruits there and whatever. Well, now they've allotted where both schools get to invite kids to the game, but you just can't have them in the locker room or on the sidelines. You can't engage with them, but you can pay for their tickets, and their family and all get to go, and there'll be a recruit section and all that. So Shelton Sampson, Ricky Collins, all the Louisiana commits will be there. Jalen Brown, their top 50 player coming out of Miami, receiver, will be there. How about that Kyle Parker stat line? I mean, we talked about Kai Preon and
23 catches.
So this is LSU's got 4 receiver commits: Shelton Sampson in Baton Rouge, Jalen Brown in Miami, Kai Preon right over in St. James, and then a kid over in Texas out of Lovejoy, Kyle Parker,
the forgotten one.
The forgotten one. Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
He went out on week 1 in 6A football, and that was like the number 2 team versus number 5 team in the state. Neither of them were playing defense, I guess, but 23 catches, which was 3rd most ever in a Texas high school game against 6A competition.
Wow.
300-something yards, 3 TDs. So if I'm Hankton, I'm licking my chops. I got some dudes coming in, which is great. They've got a good receiver. They have like 7 or 8 scholarship guys. This is a good class for them.
What do you make of the wide receiver DB matchup tonight? LSU, Florida State. LSU's wide receivers against Florida State's DBs.
Advantage LSU. I think that LSU's receivers are as good of a room as anybody out there. So I think that they can get the job done against a defensive backfield like FSU. We talked to a lot of Florida State writers. You can ask their fans. They'll tell you their receivers aren't good. They're like, we don't have Keyshawn Butte's walking out there, Malik Neighbors. We don't have Jack Beshes. We don't have any of these. They might not have many Landon Ivietas.
Yeah.
And he's 7th on the, brand new. So that's advantage LSU in both ways. I think that'll be, with no John Emery, those guys have to step up.
Cool feature over on On3 talking about why you joined and that piece. How has it been now, about a week on the job?
Great, man. I'm back to work. It's been a lot of lonely days on the couch at the Culotta show, but happy to be back at work. The Bengal Tiger on 3, it's $1 right now for a year.
Wow,
so
what a bargain.
Free admission.
Damn. They got a dream team over there, too. Shea was just the latest 5-star to jump on. They got Billy Embody, Sam Speaks, the whole crew is over there.
Dream team.
I know all of y'all got the dollars in your pocket. You're going out tonight after and hitting Bourbon Street.
We got work on Monday,
Share them with everyone.
Some of us have to work.
We got work Monday.
Sorry.
It's great to be here, isn't it?
Arena.
This is awesome.
Isn't it great, just to be back out in it?
Walking, and I was here since Friday, and I saw a lot of FSU people.
Yeah.
And I had to remind myself that the LSU people weren't going to be walking around in purple and gold all weekend.
Yeah.
And they probably weren't even driving in until Sunday. It's a lot of LSU people out there right now.
Yeah, there's a lot in the streets getting ready for the 6:30 kickoff. We appreciate you joining us here. We'll take a small break, come back and close it out.
Break it up.
Yeah, we're experiencing some internet issues with everybody being in here. It's a great scene. We're going to enjoy it. We'll come back, close it out, thank everybody, and then we'll get moving closer to kickoff here on game day, live in New Orleans from Lucy's Surf Bar. We're in Mid-City here, nestled in, as we said, right between the CBD and the Warehouse District. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon, getting ready for kickoff between the Tigers and the Noles here on national television. Coming up, give me a break. We'll be right back. Make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button. Live here on the Jordy Culotta Show.
All right, personal testimony from my trip over to Johnson and Spillers. Shout out to my friend Dr. Chad Spillers for taking care of me, man. I had to have my front tooth, a tooth implanted. My front tooth, and it was a hell of an ordeal, but Dr. Spillers and the crew from Johnson and Spillers made it as easy and seamless as possible to work with, and have taken the final product, and it is absolutely beautiful. Learn more online at johnsonspillers.com. Whether you're looking for Botox or you need help in any type of dentistry, whether it is dentures, night guards, if you're looking for Invisalign, if you're interested in implant dentistry like I got, you can get in touch with Johnson Spillers. Online, johnsonspillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easiest way to get them, online at johnsonspillers.com. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check them out online at redsticksports.biz. Southern Eye Centers, where their passion is caring for eyes. It's what they do. They've been doing it for 40 years. They've been offering the Capital Region a friendly, helpful environment with the highest level of personal care to manage your eye health and vision needs. Stop in and see their brand new office on Jefferson Highway today, where you can find them at 6859 Jefferson Highway. They also are the daily poll sponsor on the Culotta Show. And remember, if you go into Southern Eye Center of Baton Rouge and you mention the Jordy Culotta Show, you will receive 25% off of their fantastic sunglasses selection over at Southern Eye Center. Check out Dr. Ann Shaw and Southern Eye Center, the daily poll sponsor of the Jordy Culotta Show. Shout out to Tom Granning from everybody over here at FM Digital Media, as he is our fuel sponsor. Whether it's fuel cards or snacks, he's keeping us going every day at FM Digital Media. If you're out on Highway 61, make sure and stop in and see him over at GoMart. It is located in Natchez, Mississippi. It is our favorite convenience store, and it's for our guy Tom Granning, who supports us every day over here at FM Digital Media. Do you have questions about your finances? Are you looking for recommendations from a skilled financial advisor? Get in touch with our friend Daniel. Here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet, live here on this Sunday from Lucy's. Getting set up for LSU Florida State, 6:30 this afternoon, as we party with the top 1% and the Baton Rouge Elite, represented by no other than the suit-wearing Sunday best. Looking great. What is that, a Windsor?
Were you Catholic in the fraternity?
Looking great with the wingtips. You got dress socks on, whole thing?
Got it.
No pocket square.
Full hung glasses, George Roderick.
Clean shave, not bad, not bad. You are a member of this tailgate. I've been told this is the PGA tailgate?
PGA tailgate, yep.
Explain it. Where are we?
2009, first at the corner of Dalrymple and Highland Road. Then we've moved down towards the Indian Mounds. And every week, one of the best tailgates, we think, in all the area, right there by the Indian Mounds, where the team takes the buses and turns. Can't miss us. We love the tailgate.
A lot of people out here today curious about what was going on. You guys put together a preseason party that you've been selling tickets for. Tell me about today.
Yeah, so we sold tickets to a bus down here pre-season now to come party at Lucy's. Anytime there's a bowl game and away game, we'll show up, we'll party, we'll sell tickets. We love our partnership now with the Jordy Culotta Show. Coming live every single day on the YouTube channel and WAFB, I believe, as well. So
we're bringing it
for office or something.
FM Media, baby.
Keep it in your pants.
Not my first rodeo.
That's right. He gave me his treasurer's name. The bill is in the mail. The bill is in the mail. You got a lot of exciting stuff coming up.
I'm good, but hey, look, the game tonight is going to be exciting.
How do you like it?
-4.5 LSU.
Where do you get this hat at, bro? We're just seeing -4.
It was 2.5.
Caesar Sportsbook.
3.5, 4.5.
He just bumped it to 4.
That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm hearing. No doubt we're going to cover. No doubt in my mind we're going to cover.
What's the number?
Easily. LSU's going to win by a touchdown plus tonight. No doubt about it.
Catholic High Bears, voice of the Bears here. What happened?
Yeah, so we played a really great Arleta Good Counsel team, nationally ranked 35th in the nation. A late second penalty on the quarterback tackle. Piss poor call.
Okay,
if you listen to the radio. Piss poor call.
Bad calls.
As I called.
I was waiting on that.
Can you curse on this? Or no?
You can definitely curse here. You can't cuss on the Catholic High Football Radio Network, I know.
So, I don't get to do this a lot of times, but what I wanted to say was, God damn it, ref, that was unbelievable. Holy mackerel, you are effing terrible. I said piss poor instead.
That's a guy. That's a fucking guy.
Hey, guys, all right, here we go. PJ Tailgate, right by the Indian Mound since 2009.
That's your guy.
Sponsored by, I'm going to give a little plug, Parish Brewing sponsors us. Thank
More
you.
bills going out here from the Culotta
thanks,
Show, baby. More bills coming out. So, Catholic High, man, that was the team that they went up and beat pretty
Beat last year
yeah.
38-10. They came down here, beat us 38-35.
Tell me about our guy, Sheldon Sampson. It sounded like he had a great Friday night.
Yeah, he was incredible. Of course, in triple coverage sometimes, anything you throw at him, he's going to catch. Whether it's Daniels, Nussmeier, whatever quarterback LSU has next year. 6'4", 180, legit 4.3 speed, and he can jump up to 11, 12 feet. I mean, the guy's, believe me, I've seen them all. He's one of the best. Believe me, he's so good. I promise. I've seen them all. He's one of the best.
Shoot all day?
Shoot all day. So I'll be down at the Dome later. Part of the media team covering, as you know, Gabe Fertitta now works for Florida State. And we have 4 Catholic High guys on the LSU team.
David Johnson, former high school coach down here at St. August, the wide receivers coach from Florida State. A lot of Louisiana blood everywhere today. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, anytime.
Best of luck for everything. Thanks for having us out with the PGA tailgate. We'll be seeing you on the corner of Dalrymple and
100 Oaks.
And 100 Oaks.
Hyacinth. Yeah, 100 Oaks.
No. Where's the tailgate?
I thought you meant the campaign. My bad. Dalrymple.
Had to get it in. Another bill. Another plug. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us.
Tigers by a million.
Hey,
Tigers by a million.
Great work by Louie. Great work by Stewie. Great work by the crew. Great work by Joey Rodriguez back at home. We are signing off. Come join us at Lucy's if you can. If not, we'll see you in the Dome tonight. Or listen to us tomorrow morning. It'll be 7 a.m. inside the studio. Have a great Sunday.
7-ish.
Go Chevrolet drivers. Hit that like button, share button, and comment button.
3 o'clock. 7 a.m.
7-ish.
7-ish.
30.
Let's go! Tigers by a million!
Tigers by a million! Wow!